Beautiful people, good evening, all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. So nice to meet you guys. I trust you're fine. I trust you well. I trust your week has started off pretty good, and you're excited to join us again this evening. So it's evening here. I'm not quite sure what it is where you are, but whatever it is, I want you to say something to me in the chats. Tell me good evening, good morning, good night, whatever it is, please share with me in the chat section. And yeah, so my name is Udeme. I'm going to be your trainer on this very, very all important topic connecting with your customers using the Google Ads. So for those of you that have had maybe a pre-knowledge of what the Google Ads does, or maybe you've used it before, or maybe you're completely a newbie to it, and then you've been thinking about how to get things done around here, you have an opportunity to learn today to learn about um, the little tips and tricks that you need to actually set your ad and running. Now, what we'll be sharing with you is going to be different from what you're expecting because there's this notion about how difficult ads could be to set up. All right, so Google had come up with a system they call it Smart Campaign that will actually make the whole thing very simplified for even someone that's just very new to using the computer. Right, so it's going to be I'm going to try to be very very what's the right word now? I'll try to break it down to the simplest means that anybody can understand. Right, so what I want you to do is to pay attention and then make notes. Right, have a pen and a jotter close to you so that you can jot down some of the ideas we'll be sharing here. Okay. Yeah, so once again, my name is Udeme. I'm joining you from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm here with Sandra. Sandra is on the back end to make the session go smoothly, joining us from Lagos, Nigeria, and also here with Simplis, joining us from Yaoundé, Cameroon. Please be kind enough to say something to us in the chat. Okay. I was even about apologizing for how dark my face was. But thank God the light is back now. And yeah, so I look good now better. All right. Um, okay, so where are we? Please say hi to Simplis and ask him how Yaoundé Cameroon is. Okay, so I'm seeing Rabarimana. I hope I got that correctly. Thank you for joining us. Thandiwe, thank you for joining us. Inspiring Women of Africa, thank you for joining us. NASA Stella, thank you for joining. Sile, thank you for joining. And Evelyn Igewu, thank you for joining. And if you are just here, please say something. All right, that's the only way you make me know that you are present here. How you doing, Baba? There. Uh-huh. So today is a very good day for Akwa Ibomites. For those of you who are not aware, so we have the Senate President that just came up from my state, and Hilda Basi got awarded today. So I feel really privileged and really proud to be an Akwa Ibomite. But that is by the way, actually. I'm just saying that because I saw it today. All right. So once again, welcome, and please do us a favor, reach out to anyone that's supposed to be here, and let them know that we've started, right? So that they can come join us. And yeah, and copy the link, please, from the share button, and let them know that we've started. From the share button, and let them know that we've started. And if you are just joining, you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay. And besides hitting the subscribe button, what I want you to do next is to smash that thumbs up button before we get started. All right, so I want you to let me know. Hello, Toa. Please let me know if my voice, my audio is good and my sound is good. Yes, I'm doing great. Hadjuan. Nice to meet you once again. And yeah, so Simplis is the one you're seeing with the blue spanner, right? So say hi to Simplis and make sure you keep him busy in the chat, right? Okay, so we're going to be doing this in the next couple of minutes. So please, I want you to make it. Okay, thank you, Tome. I want you to make it very, very engaging. Make it, let it be a two-way thing. I don't want to speak all the English alone. Thank you, Evelyn. I don't want to speak all the English alone. So ask me questions, right? Ask me 3 questions. Ask us questions. That's just a summary. Just make it interactive. I'm going to be throwing in a few questions also, and I want you to also keep me busy by your responses, all right? And let's make it fun, all right? Okay, so we are going to be doing this in 3 different segments. Now, the first of them, we're going to be talking about how you can understand what the Google Ads is and how it will help you to connect with your customers online. Connect with your customers online. We're going to talk about introduction to online advertising first, and then we're going to head over to setting up how to set up the Google Ads, right? And then we're going to go to the last part, setting up a smart campaign. Smart campaign is what we are going to be introducing to you, and we are hoping it's going to be useful to you after today. All right, so that for those of you that are yet to start setting and running up ads, you can start. All right, so just be open to learn, and I'm sure by the end of this session you have a lot to take home. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, anything, please drop it in the chats. My eyes are going to be on it. I'll be taking 3 breaks to answer questions, comments, queries, and anything. Please reach out to anybody that is not here. Let them know that we've started. Okay? Thank you so much for doing that for us. All right, so an introduction to online advertising. Online advertising has been around for a long time. And the trend has just kicked up, let's say, down from 2020 when the COVID came. And businesses, both large corporations and small corporations, have used ads in the past and recent to appear on search result pages, on web pages, with videos, in apps, and just everywhere. So needless to say that you just get results by just not being online. You need to be found online where potential customers can see you, especially when they are making the search. All right? When they are looking for your products, when they're looking for your information, it gets to show up for them to see you. So that is what makes online advertising very, very interesting. Okay, so a couple of figures that should tingle your ears as a business person. So as of December 2019, we had about 525 million internet users recorded in Africa alone. 5 to 5 million internet users recorded in Africa, and that is about half of China's population. China is the largest when you talk about world population. Second, India is the second, and with billions of people in their country. So that's about half of their population. That's a great number that should raise your concern as a business person. Now, this is 2023, so about 4 years down the line. So this number, I'm sure, must have tripled, if not quadrupled, right? Now, we also had about 74% of web traffic that got generated via smartphones, and only about 24% came via PC devices, as laptops and the rest of them. And out of those millions of users, 208 million search for businesses, products, and services online in Africa alone. Out of 5 to 5, and about 208 search online. That is more than half. Out of the people that are actually online, more than half are shopping online. That means, as a business person, if you own a business, you should be online, right? Because you may be losing out on clients if you are not. All right, so let's go on. So how are you currently connecting with your customers? I want you to share with me what methods you've been using so far. If you've been attending a session, this must be maybe the 6th time you're answering this question. But no problem, let's just answer it again for the purpose of this particular session. How are you currently connecting with your customers? Let us know. Do you use social media? Do you run ads on Google? Do you run ads on social media platforms? Do you use email marketing? Or do you have a Google business profile? What do you do, basically? Just share with us in the chat. How have you been connecting? How have you been able to connect with your customers online? Things, practices you've been doing in the past, and maybe things you're currently practicing. And yeah, yes, 525, that's a great number. Yeah, it's a great number that should raise your concern, you'd say. Yeah, okay. how are you currently connecting your customers? So share with us what methods you've used so far, the ones that have been giving you results, and possibly the one you're currently deploying. I'm sure you've been having results from all the methods you've been using to reach your customers. Okay, any responses? Please say something. I don't want to be speaking the English. I thought we had this agreement. Please say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. In the chats, of course, because that's just the way the YouTube is designed. I can only speak to you verbally and you respond through typing. So there's really no way you'll be able to reply to me verbally. Okay? Thank you so much, Sile. LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and in person. Thank you so much. So Sile is still doing the one-on-one, kind of marketing, which is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful method of marketing. Connect my customers through social media and Google profile. Thank you so much, Stella, for sharing. We produce African-related products such as custard and beverage on social media that connect via Facebook, posts, and WhatsApp. Thank you so much, UT. Thank you so much, Akosua. Social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, IG, and in person. Word of mouth is still very, very powerful, right? So we can't write it off. Makoma Mukoma, Facebook. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go on. Thank you so much for all the replies. Please let's keep the chat busy. Simplicity is there to answer your questions, queries, comments, and whatever it is. Okay, so just jump into the content right now. Then I'll be back to answer some more questions. So now this is a typical customer journey, which is very, very complex. It's very, very complex because consumers are deeply connected to the internet, and it's also not just a very simple or straight line. No, there are many reasons people go online, many ways to access information online, and many devices that people use to access information online. Smartphones, tablets, laptops, computers. So all of this, a combination of all of these, the reasons why they go, the devices they use, makes a consumer journey very, very complex. So imagine, let's just say, what's her name now? Let's just pick one person from the chat. Let me see, who will I use now? Let's say Stella just woke up one morning. NASA Stella woke up one morning and just discovered that maybe our phone screen or our laptop screen is blank, is black. Now, what ring in your head first off is, did this phone fall down without me noticing? Or maybe just an after effect of why the phone fell down some time ago when it fell. And so the next thing that'll cross your mind is, okay, I can fix this. Now the next thing that you're going to do is just to grab your device, maybe your PC, and jump on a Google search to find fix a blank screen, or maybe fix a blank phone screen, a black screen, laptop screen. Okay, let's use laptop. A laptop screen, Stella's laptop screen is broken. Just jump on search, type how to fix a broken laptop screen or a black screen on laptop, something like that. Now you just went ahead to read a lot of things and you discover a lot of jargons that make your head to spin, right? And then you're going to advise yourself, okay, because possibly if you had a repairer, or maybe if you knew a repairer, that would have been the normal thing for you to do, for just to call a repairer to come fix it up for you. But you know, the normal also want to save money and they want to do it by yourself. So when you jump to search and you discover all those jargons, you discover that you can't get it done by yourself. You want to jump to YouTube. Okay, YouTube is the next thing. A video speaks 1,000 words, you know, and then when you find all those videos, you don't know what's the kind of screwdrivers they use. You know, those ones are very, very tiny, and all of that. So you discover maybe you don't have the tools to fix them. And now you're going to go back. You're going to go back to the search, right? And now what you're going to be doing this time is to check for the prices of fixing it, or maybe the cost of buying a new one. When you discover that it's too expensive to do that, now you may need to think of maybe a repairer. I need to think of a repairer, and then you're just going to jump on the search again to find laptop repair, or maybe a local repair service that is close by to you. When you find that, you now book an appointment. What I'm trying to explain there is that there's no straight line. Okay, someone may not just wake up and just find a broken screen and just jump to a repairer, which is supposed to be you. Okay, so there is no straight line to it. Customers take a lot of time before they eventually arrive at a decision. All right, so you know you might take a moment to think about what you've done online in the whole week. You search for anything through a website. Did you read a blog? Did you watch a video? Did you write or read reviews? Chances are a lot of you did it. So you spend time online making a research on a particular item, particular information, comparing things. People always jump on Google to compare things, compare information, compare resources, compare materials that can help you to make an informed decision at the end of the day. So all of this makes a consumer's journey very, very complex. So your point now as a business person is for you to have the right information for these guys when they are going to make a search. Fix a broken laptop screen. For instance, your laptop repair should be one of the keywords on maybe a blog that you have. So that if somebody wants to type fix a broken laptop screen, your content also shows up. Now that's how the Google platform works. It crawls the internet looking for websites that have keywords that people are actually searching for as at when they're searching, and then presents all those websites to you as a result page. Now the searcher now clicks on any of those. Now the point is, if you don't have those information out there, you lose out on a possible click, which eventually should lead to a possible conversion. Maybe they buy, maybe they pay for a service, or they pay for the product. I hope you got that. So again, search is just the common thread. A consumer's journey is about when they have a need, they jump on search first. They want to start from search and end in search. They find information they're looking for. Google is just basically where everybody spends their time on, except maybe you're on social media. But if you have a need, where people go to first is always on search. Go there, they type a keyword on what they want, what they're trying to do. And people use different devices, right? So the point again, you need to be present there with your information, you need to be present there with your websites that should have the content they are looking for. So it could be like the case you're seeing on your screen now. Why is my laptop screen black? How to fix my laptop screen? Fix a black laptop screen video. Cost to fix a laptop screen. How do I know if I need to replace my screen? And then you check on laptop reviews, you compare laptop prices, and then eventually you land on laptop repairs. It's not a straight line, right? So we should be thinking like they are thinking. Think about what content somebody will go to find when they're in need of what you're actually servicing them for. Maybe a product, or maybe you have a service. Hope you got that too. All right. So why do you advertise? Why do people advertise on Google? So managing your business is already more like just a full-time business. But advertising your product on Google does not necessarily have to be one of the full-time business that you need to add up to it. So Google Ads presents itself a very, very effective solution that is easy to manage so that you can always get back to focusing on your daily routine around your business. And now search is a very strong indicator of intent. What that means there is if I have a broken screen and I jump on Google to make a search, the result I get from that search, I want to do something about. I want to do something with that result. I don't just want to search and just go away. People are intentional when they go on search, right? People are not just going on search. If you are advertising, when you're on YouTube, somebody is showing ads to you randomly, or maybe you're browsing on your website, somebody is showing ads to you randomly. Those ones may not really catch your interest. That's the truth. But when someone goes on Google to type a particular keyword searching for information, the person's intent is high because the results he wants to get from that is what he wants to work on. So when you want to find out an information about something, when you want to do something, when you're looking for something, when you want to compare prices, even if you want to visit the website, what you want, all of those circle around you being present or people going around on search to actually find something. So you need to be there. That's one of the reasons you need to be there. As a business, when people are making that search, they find you and they engage with you. Eventually, they get to pay you money. All right, so let's look at a few advantages of online advertising. and it gets to track and measure your performance. So its value can be tracked and its value can be measured. You can actually measure how many people clicked, how many people liked, how many people shared. All those contents can actually find them out. It's easy to track online. You may not be able to track how many people heard you when you were speaking in church, right? You're not able to track that accurately. And then in online advertising also, you get to control your budget. You set your goals, you set your budgets, and you manage how much you spend. That is even more unique to the Google Ads platform. So you can decide you want to spend $20. I want to stay with $20. If at some point you want to edit your content, you want to edit the ad, you want to pause, you want to cancel, you are completely free. So you can change the strategy whenever you want it. And then you can also get to use the data that you're getting to adapt in your overall strategy, to adapt your overall business strategy as well. You can always get information from data from the Google Ads or from the analytics, right? So you can always filter all of that to do some more tweaking to what you're actually trying to get out. Okay, so let's talk about how ads work on Google search. Now, it all begins with a question of intent. It begins with a desire. It begins with a need from you or need from whoever is just jumping on there to go make a search. So people start searching online by typing a search query into Google. Now, what Google does is to, the algorithms, the bots of Google crawl the entire internet, search around the search engine, various pages, various websites, what is present, those keywords that are present on all those websites, and then they're presented to you. You get to find, we found 5 million results. You always find that at the top part of the page, right? And then the ads will always show to you first. The ones that are being paid for, right? The ones that are being paid for will show first. Always note that. You always find the ones either it's written now sponsored. It used to be ads before. It's now sponsored beside the particular content. But just so you know, also the shopping ads show first before all other kinds of websites that are running ads. Then if you go down the page now, you're going to find organic search results. Those ones that are not being paid for, but are properly optimized to appear on the first page. But the ones that are paid for are the ones that show first. Okay? Okay, so now ads appear in different places. Now, first of them, like what we just explained, you get to find shopping ads on search, right? When you make a search, you get to find shopping ads at the top, okay? And then you find the search results, the ones that may include various other websites that come below the shopping ads before the ones that have organic search, attached to them. Now, there's a process called ad ranking that Google actually uses to calculate who comes first, who comes second, who comes third. Let me explain something. Utebe does custard, yes. Let's say you have 5 other people doing custard, and the 5 other people doing custard are running ads at the same time. Now, someone goes to type custard sellers in Uyo is in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Now, there's a high possibility Utebe is going to show up. And there's also a very high possibility that the other 4 people will show up, but somebody needs to come first. Somebody needs to come second. Somebody needs to come third, fourth, fifth, before the ones that are not being paid for. Okay? So that process of Google ranking who comes first, second, third, is called ad ranking. And Google brings in a couple of things. They may bring in maybe the cost of your bidding. Maybe two must have bidded for custard with $1. Somebody else must have bidded with $0.5. Somebody else must have bidded with $2, right? So bring in the cost of bidding, bring in how quality the content is, maybe the designs, maybe the content, the written content on the website, on the landing page. Sometimes Google also considers, they call all of those quality score. Google also considers the quality of the website, how fast it loads. All of those comes to play for Google to decide who comes first, second, third. All of your advertising comes first, second, third, fourth, and fifth before the rest of them that didn't pay money. Okay, so that process is called, that the steps now is called the ad ranking. The process that is used is called the quality score. Quality score brings in all those considerations to decide who comes first and the rest of them. I hope you got that. Okay, so let's go on. And then ads also appear on partner websites. So when you are browsing on websites and you find ads pop up. They're asking you to do something, asking you to click. You click it, it takes you to another website, or you click it, takes you to the Play Store, or it gives you a form to fill. One of those, all of those are display ads. So the Google Display Network actually holds about 2 million non-Google websites. That means it's not Google owned, right? I can own a website and I decide to apply to Google for AdSense. That means I'm telling Google, please use my website as one of your websites to advertise. That is how people get paid for AdSense. Google is advertising their products or people's products, advertisers' products on their websites. And there are certain criteria to be met. You have a lot of traffic and all of that, right? So Google has about 2 million non-Google websites that are part of the Google Display Network. So the Google Display Network actually reaches about 90% of internet users worldwide across millions of websites, news pages, blogs, Google pages, Google platforms, the likes of Gmail, the likes of YouTube, and all of that are all classed under the Google Display Network. And now you have the key features of the Google Ads. Now, it's very interesting for you to know that one of the big advantages of the Google Ads is that you only pay for results. You don't just pay because you're advertising. Now, I have to stress that because you may not be that lucky with other platforms, right? Other platforms will mostly charge you for impressions. There's a number of times the ad is showing up to people. Google only charge you for results. What that means there is, you sometimes you hear things like CPC. CPC means cost per click, or you can hear things like pay per click, right? Or you can hear things like CPM. All of these are bidding options, different bidding strategies, depending on the kind of ad you're running, right? So if you are using the CPC method, I'm just explaining this. You don't need to bother your head about it, okay? You don't need to bother your head with about this with the smart campaign. No. So pay per click means you only pay when somebody clicks. Cost per click means you only fix a charge for Google to charge you when somebody clicks the ad. It means you only charge for results, nothing more. You're not charged for just people just seeing your ads, and that is what makes it very, very interesting compared to other advertising platforms. And you have other ones like cost per thousand impression. Plus, CPM is mostly used for display ads, the number of times it shows up. Maybe you're concentrating on search ads for this particular course, right? Or you have cost per view. When you're on YouTube and the ad shows up asking you to skip in 5 seconds, right? You've been saying that, right? So skipping in 5 seconds now will now mean if you skip it, the advertiser does not pay. And even if you watch it, if you didn't watch it up to 30 seconds, the advertiser doesn't pay. Okay, so that bidding option is called cost per view. I was just explaining that just for the purpose of your understanding, but just so you know, you are not charged when someone doesn't click your ad, if it's a search ad. There are no startup fees. There are no cancellation fees like some deals will make you to. There are no contracts. Everything is just plain, right? You have full control. You can edit, you can pause, you can stop it, whatever you want, all your choice. You're fully in charge. All right, so I'm gonna take the first pause to answer your questions. If you have any questions, please throw it into the chats. Okay, so where did I stop? I'm trying to look at where I stopped. Rethabile. I hope I pronounced that properly. No, we will not send the PDF. I'm sorry. What you can do is to jot down a couple of things, all right? Or possibly come back and watch. The video will still be here. So come back and watch, and that will help you. Okay. And what you are seeing on the screen are just bullet points. Trust me, you won't really gain much out of it. You just come back and watch the content all over again. Okay, UT, it seems like you know about the CPC and the CPV and the CPM. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's go on. If you have any questions, please do well to throw it into the chats and don't hold back if you have them. All right, we are here to answer questions and make sure we give you the benefit of sitting here with us for this couple of minutes. All right, so let's go to the second part. Prepare to set up Google Ads. prepare to set up Google Ads. So first thing you need to decide is your business goals. So I'm going to be asking you, what are your business goals? What do you want to achieve as a business? Different businesses have different goals. Ultimately, people want to make more money. But how do you want to make the money? All right, you need to be able to break it down. You need to be able to break it down, especially when you are dealing with the ads. Your goals will determine the type of campaign that you are going to be running. Your advertising goals, your business goals will determine the campaigns you need to run. You're running the search campaign, you're running the video campaign, you're running the smart campaign, you're running the display campaign, it's a lead generation campaign, it's a performance max campaign. There are a lot of them, right? So you can just check out for which one best explains what you want to do. But that is going to be determined by the goals, what you want to achieve. So now the first step for you to clarify your goals, ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I promoting my business presence online? What outcome do I want to see out of this particular campaign? Hmm? So you might say, I want to make more money. I want to sell more products. I want to find new clients. You might want to grow your business. You might want to hire new people. You might want to get donations. It could be different things, different strokes for different folks. But you need to make it to have specificity. Did I get that properly? It needs to be specific. Don't mind me if my English didn't come out well. So you need to find a way to make your goals really strong, right? And when we are speaking about making your goals strong, you need to consider it in the SMART form, right? You've been hearing about SMART, SMART, SMART. Broken down, it's specific, specificity. I got that one right. It needs to be specific, right? And then after specific, it needs to be measurable, it needs to be detailed. How do you want to do it? What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? Who do you want to do it with? To give those goals as much details as possible. It needs to also be measurable. Can you track those goals? Can you measure those goals? How will you know when you've been able to accomplish those goals? Have you connected your Google Ads to your Google Analytics so that you can collect some more data? Analytics is going to give you some more information than what the ads platform will just give to you. You need to be able to measure what you're doing, if you've hit the targets, what you wanted to achieve, so that you know when to stop, or you know when you've actually succeeded, or if you did not succeed. Okay? And it must also be realistically attainable or realistically achievable. Do you have what it takes? Do you have the technical skills? Do you have the human resources, the material resources to actually achieve what you want to achieve, what you're reaching out for to achieve? Is it relevant? Is it relevant to your business? Is it realistic to your business? What do you want to do? It must be real. You can't just shoot castles you can't just build castles in the air, right? You don't just want to wake up from making 20,000 naira to making $1 million. That doesn't sound real. It's not impossible. It doesn't sound real, right? So be real to yourself. Tell yourself the truth about what you can achieve within the specified time, and it must be time bound also, right? You can't just keep it open ended. It needs to start from one time to another time. 3 months period, 1 month period, 6 months period, 1 year, and you're able to break it down in bits so that you can monitor and control it to find out that you're either making progress or you're not making progress. All right. I said that much. So, what are smart campaigns? Let's explain what the smart campaign actually means. So, smart campaigns will help small businesses to advertise on Google, and you can set it up and run it in just a few steps. So, before now, ads used to be very difficult and complex to run. You don't need to learn the process and steps, make a lot of mistakes, or you pay an expert, which will cost you a lot of money, to begin to set up ads and run them. So with smart campaigns, Google just decided to make it way easier for just anybody to be able to run ads on their platform. So you can choose a goal, goals on the smart campaign platform, either more calls or actions on your website you want, or you want people to visit your physical store, or you want to run video ads. You can set up your smart campaign in a matter of minutes. And these campaigns use smart technology to monitor the campaign, improve the performance of your ad, and everything is not manually done like what you do on the expert mode, right? And then one other big advantage of the smart campaign is that there's a lot of work in managing um, the other type of campaign with the expert mode. There's a lot of work, even though it will give you a much more wider result, much more instruments to play around with. But you don't need to develop keywords with the smart campaign because the system actually produces key phrases for you. It's called the search phrase to pick the caption of your website, maybe the content of the website, and give you a set of keywords that you use. About 20 of them. We'll talk about that shortly. But whereas in the expert mode, you need to um, do research. You do keyword research using the Google Keyword Planner or maybe the Google Trends or any other keyword to use those keywords now to form your keyword list, which is a very long process. All right. So advertisers just get to pay for the interactions with your ads, the clicks, the calls, trackable phone numbers, and the rest of them. So you're going to be looking at how to set up a smart campaign shortly. So I want you to again ask me questions. If you have one, or should I just continue and wait for the last part? Because I want you to ask questions. Okay, you want to connect your ads to the analytics. Very interesting question. Thank you, Toy, for asking. Okay, so what you do, right? Depending on which platform you're using, either you're running your ads on the smart campaign or you're running your ads on the expert mode. All you just need to search for is tools. When you find tools and settings, right, you're going to find a place for you to connect to analytics. You find it somewhere there. Connect your accounts, connect your ad account to your analytics account. Now, meanwhile, you should have had an analytics account already opened, right? So you just need to go to analytics.com, analytics.google.com, and create an account. All that Google is going to need you to do from clicking that link from the Google Ads place, just for you to copy a code, just a code, and plug it into your ads, and that's it. So you can monitor the results of your ads from your analytics. Analytics will be able to give you some more details. The ads platform analytics, the analytics platform of the ads will give you a lot of details, but trust me, analytics will give you some more because that is actually its work. You know, to filter data, people that are coming in, what they did when they came, and all of that. Analytics will do better, right? The ad platform will be able to give you some ideas on when people are engaging most, how the data are engaging most, sex, devices, and the rest of them. So analytics will do the same, but broken down into much more bits for you to understand. It's a very simple process. Just look at the tools and settings on your ad accounts, where you're going to be finding maybe the keyword planner as well, if you want it, right? So somewhere that you're going to find connect your analytics accounts, or maybe a line like that, and that's it. Okay, so let's walk you through the practical steps of how to set up a smart campaign. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, so if you used to think setting up ad is very difficult, we are going to be demystifying it. It's a very simple process, trust me. Okay, so Simply is going to drop a link, ads.google.com. So if you are yet to set up, and if you have not set up an ad before with your Gmail, all you just need to do is just to type ads.google.com, and then you're just going to sign in and create an account. Right, creating an account there will now take you to this particular place. Or the other option is if you are running your ads from your Google Business profile, just click advertise on your Google Business profile and to bring you to the page you are seeing right now. Now, the first thing that Google is going to require of you is for you to add a landing page, something called a landing page. Let me explain what a landing page means for those of you that don't really understand it. When you find that ad on YouTube, the one that will ask you to skip after 5 seconds, let's say you didn't skip it, you just clicked on the link. It took you to a website, right? And that website might need you to either pay for a product or fill a form or do something, right? Or when you are browsing on a website and all those ads pop up to you, or maybe when you are browsing when you are playing your song on Boomplay, or you're playing your song on AudioMac or on Spotify, and an ad pops up, you click on that ad. It either takes you to Play Store or App Store, or it takes you to a website requiring you to do an action, maybe to download an app, maybe to fill a form, or maybe to just take an action on a particular thing that the advertiser wants you to do. That page that you land when you click that ad is called a landing page. It could be a website, it could be just a one-pager, a one-paged website designed for just the purpose of that particular campaign. It could be anything. It could be your Google business profile, which actually serves as a landing page for the ad also. It could be you're using a website builder, googlesites.com, wix.com, wordpress.com, and all those other website builders. All of them could serve as a landing page for you to run your ad with. I hope you understood that, right? So if you understand that, if you're a step ahead, right? So you need to pick a landing page. Now, if you are clicking this link from your Google business profile, it just shows to you that you have two options. You either want to use your Google business profile web page, or sorry, your Google business profile as the landing page, or you have a website separate from what the profile offers to you. It's your choice, right? Whatever it is, if you want to use a profile, fine. You want to use a landing page of you want to use a particular page of your website, still fine. It's your choice, okay? So you need to decide on what you want people to do when they land on your page. Maybe your form is there for them to fill, or maybe you want them to click buy and pay for the product straight away. Maybe you want them to read a particular information and take an action. Whatever it is, it puts all those information on the landing page. Okay, so let's say you don't want to use the Google business profile as your landing page. You just select a website, and now it's going to require that you add a business name, right? So when you add a business name, what you're going to be seeing next is going to be Google asking you to add your website link, right? That's your website that you choose as an option. You're going to be adding that website link on this particular page, and you go next. And when you go next, you're going to see a preview of what it will look like when somebody clicks it, right? Either it will look like the way it will look like on desktop and the way it will look like on mobile. If somebody is clicking that link, when they land on that your web page, when they land on that your landing page, how your page will actually look like, right? So you find that preview on that next screen. And now what you need to do next is to select the type of campaign you want to run. Remember we spoke about your goals. What do you want to achieve from that particular campaign? You need to decide what your goals, your business goals are. So the smart campaign actually presents to you 4 different options. It's more in the expert mode. So you have a lot of things. You want to generate leads, you want to do performance marks, you want to do sales, you want to, there are a lot of things on this expert mode. But on the main, including the app, you want to run an app campaign, right? It's also on the expert mode. But on the smart campaign, which is basically designed for small businesses, which has really been simplified, Google focuses the attention on just 4 things. Number 1, you want to either get more calls to you, you want to get people to interact on your website, or you want to get more people to visit your physical store. Or lastly, you want to run a video campaign, right? All of these have the very simplest way of setting it up. That is, I'm saying that comparing it to if you are setting it up on the expert mode. So these ones are really, really simplified for anybody to be able to handle it. Okay, and don't forget that there's a phone number at the bottom part of that screen that can actually assist you. For South Africans, Kenyans, and Nigerians, there's always something there for you to reach out to the team if you're stuck, right? So that they can always help you out with something. Now, the next thing is what customer actions should your campaign actually deliver to you. There's a set of options that are there, and there's a particular one that is recommended, which I would love you to pick that particular one. And now it's time for you to create your ad. Create your ad copies. Now, I used to think ad copies are like photocopy. That was a long time ago, actually, don't mind me. So when you hear ad copy, don't let it confuse you. Just understand that what you want people to see when your ad shows up is what is called ad copy. Now, when you make a search, you find the headlines with blue, right? Then you find the other ones below it with maybe ash color, depending on the kind of screen you're reading it from. So this one with blue are the headlines. The ones under it are the descriptions. Okay, so you have the opportunity to write a 30 character headlines in two places, three places rather, for the headlines, and a 90 character description in two places. So it's now your place to fix in all the information you want people to see when your ad pops up, everything that should captivate them. Your ad should be, when you hear ad, should be compelling. This is the point where they want your ad to actually compel people. Maybe compel them to take an action, maybe compel them to click the ad, maybe compel them to maybe order for something. You know, sometimes you find some ads with we call it extensions in the expert mode. Extensions like the call out extension will have discounts, um, discounts, 50% discounts, clearance sales. You have things like free shipping, free delivery. Those are call out extensions. So now that there are not extensions on the smart campaign, what you need to do is to concentrate all those words on your headers, paying attention to the keywords that are relevant to you. Remember, Google is crawling the internet to find keywords that are relevant on those websites before it presents it to you. It presents it to anybody that is searching for other. So now is your place to find out the keywords that people will search for around your industry and add them to your content. Add them to the headlines, especially. Add them to the descriptions. I personally don't even read the descriptions. I don't know if there are people that read descriptions. I don't read it, interestingly. So you want to pay closer attention to the headlines. So the 30 character headlines, the three of them, you need to pay close attention to each of them having the right keywords and having the right call outs, right? So that somebody can easily just click on it and then reach out to you. Okay? This is very, very important. The ad copies, very, 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 very important. What people see that will make them to click on the ad. You want to pay close attention to that too. All right, so now we head over to the part after you finish with that, set up the keyword themes. Setting up keyword themes will actually need you to add your company brand names and about 20 variants of keywords that need to be that you just need to add to your content. Now, these keyword themes they're actually drawn out of the content of your website. Remember, I spoke about Google crawling your website to actually present to you all these themes. So to present to you a set of keywords. Now, keyword doesn't necessarily need to be one word or two words. It could be a phrase, it could be a string of words, right? So you're now the one to, if you don't want the one that Google prepared for you, you can just pick, just type your own, right? Type your own and add it. 20 maximum, between 10 and minimum of 10 and 20 maximum. Okay, so when you finish with setting your keyword themes, you now head over to where you want your ad to show. Now you don't want to have $50 and you're running your ad for the entire Nigeria. So out of 220 million that we are in the country, let's say about 1 million people will click on your ad. So if you are having $50 and let's say you are paying, Google is charging you $0.5 per click. By the time 100 people click your ad, the money has finished. So you want to pay attention to, you want to narrow it down to the people that are most important to you in locality wise now. So what I mean there is the wider you choose, just know that is how wide you need to spread your budget. So if you have a lean budget, focus on maybe 2 kilometer radius around you, maybe 5 kilometer radius around you. You can see that first option that when you tick on it, to just be expanding the circle as you stretch it to the right. If you stretch it to the left, the circle reduces. You can want to do 10 kilometer radius around you. That means that ad is just going to show to people 10 kilometer radius around where you are. Or you just pick several cities. Let's say you're in South Africa, you pick Lesotho, you pick Johannesburg, I don't know any other place. Just pick few cities there, right? You're in Nigeria, you want to pick Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Zamfara. Just pick the few states or maybe the cities that you want to concentrate on. And that's it with location. So you go ahead from there and now set the budget. How much do you want to spend? Right? You set a budget of how much you want to spend. You either type it there or you just move that thing again. Google will just set it for you. And remember, you're just paying for just the click. So you need to set a budget that matches matches the location you've picked and how wide you want your reach to be, to set a reasonable budget. And most times we don't recommend that you advertise for less than 7 days, be it Facebook, be it Google. Reason being that the way the algorithms of the internet, algorithm adverts work, you won't have the results in 2 days. The system needs to, acclimatize itself with your kind of audience that you've chosen, right? Before it begins to cough out all those results for you. So you put in a small budget, you may be doing yourself a disservice in a way, right? Because if the ad didn't perform for a long time, you will not have much results compared to if the ad had been running for at least 7 days. So you need to pay attention to that as well. And now when you're done with setting up your ad budget, you now get to the part where you review your content, review everything you've written from the start, the campaign name, the copies, the headlines, and to give you an idea of what it would look like on a device. You get to see all those lines, the way your headers will be arranged, the way your descriptions will be arranged. If you want people to call you, you want people to visit your store, and all of that. All of this will show in more like a preview for you. If you have any editing to make, just click on those edit icons to the right, and to take you back to that particular point where you want to add keywords or you want to subtract some keywords, right? When you're done with that, you now go ahead to add your payment information. Now, there are two types of payments methods on the Google Ads platform. First of them is the automatic payments, and the other one is called the manual payments. Let me explain. The automatic payments is just you just add your credit card or your debit card to the platform. Your ad performs at the end of the month. I think the first day of the month, the money that the ad performs gets debited from your account. That is number one, automatic. Number two, I want to spend $50 and move the $50 from my account down to the ads platform. Like I'm making a payment, I move the $50 to the platform and it stays there. So as the ad performs, the money drops, right? So you get to see how the money drops as the ad performs right there on your dashboard. That's it. Very simple. Okay? And that may be a little bit tricky for Nigerians right now. So you may need a dollar card before you're able to make some online transactions. That's just a little, should I call it a downside to Nigerians, right? Because payments, online payments have not been working since last year. We hope that changes anytime soon. But you cannot pay, even if you are able to pay, I'm not sure you can pay more than $20. Right? So maybe you're using PayPal, you can pay easily with PayPal. But I don't think Google has PayPal on their platform. So you can only spend that's little per time. Or you can make use of payment gateways, the likes of Flutterwave, Butter can pay through their Butter card, or maybe Payoneer, or any of those online platforms that can actually make life very easy for you if you want to make payments. Okay, so that's it. So when you're done, you're just going to have this congratulations, and then you're going to open up your dashboard that will show to you the performances of your ad, right? So you're going to find all those options where you're going to find how the ad is performing, find the impressions, the clicks, the local visits, the calls, the conversions, and all of that. I'm sure you can find that tools and settings on that screen. So that is where you click on, and then you're going to find the place to add you're going to find a place there to add your connect your ad accounts to your analytics accounts. And you can also find a lot of tools here. There are a lot of tools here, including the Google Keyword Planner. They are all here under the tools and settings. All right, so that's it. And so I'm going to be taking another pause for questions. But meanwhile, what are your next steps if you want to learn some more? And there's really no way you can know everything within just this 1 hour. So want you to go ahead and to go to learndigital.google.com/digital skills and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. All those links are going to be shared with you in the chat section. So if you have any questions for me, It's time. Ask me. Um, okay. When you say keywords, what do you actually mean? Okay, so I went on Google and I just typed a word. That becomes a keyword. Don't mind the technical names, right? That's just how it's called. Okay, Stella, I hope you got that. So when you are able to preempt somebody, what are they going to be searching for? Then you go to Google or you make your content to have those words. That means you did a keyword research, right? And there are tools for it. Google Keyword Planner, Google Trends, SEM Rush, Keywords Everywhere, um, Screaming Frog. There are a lot of them, right? So you just look out for those platforms and do a keyword research and use those keywords to build your content. That's what I mean by keywords. Please don't get yourself confused. Still, I hope you got that. All right. So, can WhatsApp be used as a landing page? No. For Google Ads, no. For Facebook, yes. Right. So the best you can do is maybe add a WhatsApp link to the website or the landing page. Okay. So that maybe after they've taken an action that you want them to take, they can now click on the WhatsApp page and meet you privately. But there's a process for review after you set up your ad. Google reviews your content. They review what you're doing. You can't do some things. There are some policies against adult content. There's some policies against pharmaceutical drugs. There's some policies against ammunitions. There's some policies against cryptocurrency and NFTs and everything in that cryptocurrency industry, and several other things. So you need to just find out what Google permits and what they don't permit at their review stage. The review stage is a stage after you've gone live. Before the Google approve, after you set up your ad and you've been told congratulations, there's a review that happens before the ad goes live. I hope you got that. Thank you for asking. WhatsApp cannot be used. That came from Stella too. Thank you. Very great question. Thank you so much, Stella. Andrea, could you give an example of these keywords, please? Okay, I just answered that question from Stella. So any word you go to Google to type becomes a keyword. People use keywords to search. So as an advertiser, as a marketer, as a business owner, you're supposed to have those keywords present on your websites, on your social media, on those platforms. Keywords that are relevant to your industry. When I mean relevant to your industry, somebody in the real estate industry, they have their registers, if I may use that. They have their jargons, their industry jargons. Somebody in the catering industry, or let's say a baker will have their jargons: cakes, confectionaries, small chops, samosa, spring roll, butter, icing, how to make cake. What is the recipe for carrot cake? What is the recipe for banana cake? Banana cake, vanilla cake, sponge cake. I've forgotten the rest. I'm trying, right? So all of that becomes keywords in the baking industry. So each industry have their unique keywords. I hope you got that. All right. Thank you so much. I didn't get your second name. My second name, okay. Udemabo Ensien, UT. That's my second name. That's my surname, Udemabo Ensien. And thank you so much, UT. Thank you for your kind words. And yeah, and every other person, thank you so much. Please fill your attendance correctly. We've overshot our time by maybe 5 minutes. And I want to thank you for all the questions. Thank you, Simplis, for keeping everybody company. And thank you for engaging Simplis all through. And we thank you. Impact Heart thanks you for coming out to learn with us. All right. So, any other questions before we jump off? Just maybe 3 more seconds before we jump off. Thank you so much, Asantewa Beats. Thank you so much. Your name sounds like South African or Ghanaian. whichever one it is. Thank you so much. All right, so and let me do a name round again. Asantewa Bates, Andrea, Yuti, Raberimana, Raberimanana. I got it this time. Who else? Stella. Thank you for your great questions, Stella. And if you've not said anything, there's no way I'm going to know you're here. Rathabile. That sounds like South African. Evelyn, Akosua, Sile. Who else is here? Hajuan, and everybody. Thandi. So if I missed your name, thank you. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next session. Please don't fail to come back and learn with us. Please turn on your notifications so that if we have any session going on, you can always come to learn with us. Okay? So thank you so much, and I wish you the best of your day, your evening, your week, and so have a great one. And see you some other time. Thank you, Simplis, also. See you some other time. Bye.